So, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to tag replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about how and why others try to hold you back from success. You know, whenever you're trying to change your life, there's going to be people that feel the need to get in your way. Now, not everyone, of course. I mean, you're going to have people who have your back and who are going to cheer you on, and those are great, you know. But if you're working to grow or change your life, you need to be aware that there are going to be people that are going to work to hold you back. And if you're aware of this, it can help you have the mental resources to see it for what it is and not let it hold you back. You know, it's sad, really. I mean, Richard and I have always called this the crab syndrome. I mean, we didn't come up with that. It's actually a well-known phenomenon. But unfortunately, we run into it all the time. Something interesting happens when you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket. Have you ever heard this story? You have a bucket full of crabs, and if one of them tries to climb out, the rest will pull it back down into the bucket. They'll just yank it back down. And then if the crab tries to climb out a second time, the other crabs will gang up on the crab again, and they might actually start to break its claws to completely hinder its progress. I mean, these crabs are serious, right? But it means that none of the crabs are going to end up getting out of that bucket because they're all working against each other. It's like they're all making sure that they're all staying in there. And unfortunately, this is also true with human behavior. We see it all the time. You know, it's like people have this mentality of, if I can't have it, neither can you. Or if I can't do it, neither can you. Or if I can't be successful, neither can you. Or if I can't achieve more, neither can you. And when people have this crab mentality, when they see other people around them advancing, they subconsciously, or sometimes even consciously, but I think mostly it's subconscious, they'll reach out and try to hold them back. A few of them might actually believe that they're trying to help you, but they're not. They're not. So, you know, they want you to stay just the way you are. That way they can feel comfortable about you not improving yourselves, about them not improving themselves too. Right? And it's frustrating to find out that there's so few people on your side, but it's something that you've got to manage if you want to succeed. And that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because if you are on your way to success, you're going to run into this. So I want you to be aware of this so that it's something you can be ready for and not let it derail your success, right? So here's just some of the ways that others might try to derail your success. So the first one, they point out your past failures. So we've all failed numerous times in the past. I mean, that's part of life. That's part of just getting through life. We have failures, right? Fail over and over again. We fail and we learn how to do it differently. We learn that didn't work, and then we do it differently. Well, some people in your life are undoubtedly going to bring up those failures in an effort to sabotage your efforts. So suppose you decide to get into shape and run a half marathon, right? You might be reminded by a friend that you were out of breath the last time you ran around the block together. They might even suggest that you come up with a more reasonable goal. Or they might try to make you feel guilty. You know, guilt is another weapon, like sticking with our running theme. If you might be told that, hey, it's going to take a lot of time to get into shape. I mean, you really have that kind of time? Maybe you should be spending that time with your family instead. You know, I mean, it's kind of sad, huh? But they might try to distract you. You know, hey, forget about the marathon. Let's go on a big vacation together instead. I mean, these are just a few of the less devious ways that those around you might sabotage your efforts. There's all kinds of ways, some even more devious. But why would they do that in the first place? You know, it's something I never understood. I still struggle with it. But it sure doesn't seem kind and supportive, and it's not. But even though they might try to present it that way, I'm just helping you out. You know, you don't have time to get into shape for that marathon. Yeah, right. So there's several reasons why people close to you might try to sabotage your efforts. The first one is they might want to stay comfortable with their mediocrity. So if you do something amazing, they have to deal with the fact that they haven't, right? No one wants to feel like they're losing the game of life. So rather than deal with their own fear, their insecurity, their laziness, or whatever it is that's holding them back, it's just easier and less work to hold you back so they don't have to deal with that. Another one is jealousy. While there's some people that are genuinely happy to see you achieve something great, you know, get that promotion, you know, grow your business, win the lottery, whatever it is, lose 50 pounds, there's even more that are jealous. They'll try to stop you from being successful. And if that doesn't work, they'll attempt to diminish the value of your success. So for example, oh, if I had all your free time, I could build a successful business too. I've heard that. I've heard that a lot, right? Or if I had all your free time, I could easily lose 50 pounds too. Or if I had what you had, I could. And, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah. Anyway, another reason people don't like change. Everyone's getting something from you. Everyone's getting something out of we have relationships because they're beneficial for both of us, right? And so if they got nothing out of their relationship with you, they probably wouldn't associate with you at all. And if you change, it threatens that status quo. If you become something different, where does that leave them? So it's psychologically easier for them if you just stay the same, because that doesn't change your relationship. So the solution is to commit to being successful in spite of objections of others. You might want to consider removing the worst offenders from your life. Life is hard enough without having your own friends and family try to make it harder. But this is really important. So commit to your goals for the right reason, right? Impressing others is a really shallow reason for doing something. You don't want to do that. You won't even be successful that way. Do it for yourself. Consider keeping your goals, your big goals, to yourself, because you'll receive less resistance from others. But if you get this kind of treatment, accept it for what it is. Just tell yourself that they just have the crab syndrome, and don't let their fears affect your journey. Richard and I, like I said, we run into this. There's other people in Avon, Emily Segrin, she gets this a lot. I know a lot of the top people, they get this. People are just mealy. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. But if you're putting yourself out there and if you're being successful, you're going to run into it, guaranteed. And so if you accept it for what it is and you just say, oh man, that's just the crab syndrome, you know what it is, and then you don't have to let that affect you, right? Because that's their problem, not mine, right? So, hey, choose what's best for your life and just do it, right? You don't need anybody else's approval. You don't. You got this. And you don't need anybody's approval. You're going to be successful. You're on the journey to where you're going. And hey, I am all with you, 100%. So now, hey, I'd love to hear from you. Is this something you've dealt with before? What kinds of things help you with this when you're dealing with people trying to hold you back, or you're dealing with this crab syndrome? Stick those words in your mind, because they're really going to help you at some point. But hey, share your thoughts with me. I would love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, thanks, or do it in the comments. Get in the comments and share your thoughts. I'll come back and I'll read them, and I'm sure lots of other people will be helped by them as well. So hey, thanks for being here with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.